stories are so bizarre they sound like something out of a novel or a bad movie. But here's the kicker. They're all completely true. From secret Cold War bases thawing beneath the ice to cats being hired as customs agents, we're diving into the weirdest corners of real life. These are 35 real facts that sound like tall tales. Strap in. You won't believe these actually happened. A man stole ships. Using prostitutes and voodoo Max Hardburger is a ship repossessor who once hired a voodoo priest and actors posing as romantic partners to scare a ship crew into abandoning a vessel so he could sail it away. Yes, this is real life, not an action movie. A nun faked her death to escape a convent. In medieval England, Joan of Leeds faked her death by leaving a dummy body behind, escaping the convent, and disappearing into the world. Scandal, freedom, and all. Sandwiches sparked a prison riot. Inmates at a UK prison rioted after being served cold sandwiches instead of hot meals. The riot caused millions in damage and left dozens injured. All over a lunch change. NASA forgot a nuclear base under Greenland. Camp Century, a Cold War military base buried under Greenland's ice, was secretly built to store nukes. It was abandoned, and now climate change is melting it out. Radioactive waste and all. A cat was once hired to sniff out smugglers. A Siamese cat named Rusk helped uncover smuggled caviar in Russia. He outperformed the dogs at customs. Tragically, he was later hit by a car suspected to belong to smugglers. A movie about a pedometer lasts 35 days. Logistics is a 51,420-minute Swedish film that tracks a pedometer's journey from store to factory, in reverse and in real time. The CIA tried to stealth planes with beads and glue. During the Cold War, the CIA glued plastic tiles and strung iron beads around planes hoping to make them radar-proof. Spoiler, it didn't work. People can write on their skin with just a touch. Dermatographism is a condition where you can draw on your skin with your finger or a pen and the marks rise up like welts. It's harmless, weird, and real. A cat phobia haunted historical leaders. Alexander the Great, Napoleon, Hitler, and even Dwight Eisenhower reportedly had an irrational fear of cats. Conquer empires, but fear the purring. Pigs can breathe through their butts. Researchers successfully delivered oxygen through pigs' intestines using oxygen-rich liquid. It's being explored as an emergency alternative to ventilators. A woman ate bricks and called it comfort food. A woman in London with a condition called pica craved and regularly ate brick and plaster from walls, describing it as crunchy and comforting. The US government funded hamster fight clubs. For over 20 years, researchers observed hamsters fighting each other to study aggression. The project was funded with millions in federal grants. An airline turned away an emotional support peacock. In 2018, a woman tried to board a plane with her emotional support peacock. It had a ticket and everything. United Airlines said, nope. Someone built a secret house in a garage. A UK couple secretly converted their garage into a hidden house, complete with a door and secret entrance, and tried to cover it with a fence. A cat fossil had eyes that still glowed in South Korea. Paleontologists found fossilized spiders with eyes that still glittered due to preserved mirror-like structures. Arachnid night vision from millions of years ago. A cult claimed to teach enlightenment via orgasms. A wellness group in San Francisco claimed to teach female pleasure-based enlightenment, but was later exposed as a manipulative cult that exploited members. A fake medical condition lasted 35 years. Cello scrotum was published in a medical journal as a prank. It stayed there for decades before the authors admitted it was fake. Someone really said gotcha to the entire field, but say, lip fillers helped detect cancer. A woman's routine Botox and lip filler appointment triggered unusual swelling. Testing revealed leukemia, caught just in time thanks to the cosmetic reaction. A German supermarket sold gendered sausages. One brand released man and women sausages, differing in thickness, price, and meat quality. Feminists weren't impressed, and Twitter went wild. Beatles music named a fossil. Lucy, the famous hominid fossil, was named after the Beatles' song Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, which was on repeat during the Dig Team's celebration. A woman vanished for 11 years and reappeared casually. Brenda Heist vanished after dropping her kids off at school, spent a decade living homeless in Florida, then randomly turned up one day and announced who she was. A school riot broke out over grilled cheese. A prison fight at Rikers Island escalated into a mini riot, all because of a dispute over grilled cheese sandwiches. A man mistook a nuke for a UFO. A diver in Canada discovered what he thought was an alien ship. Turns out, it may have been a lost nuclear bomb from a 1950 US military crash. Babies inspired a weapon of war. In World War II, the German Wehrmacht reportedly used recordings of crying babies to mask the sound of approaching tanks. Weaponized whaling. Someone took 34 years to finish a crossword. A member of the Not Terribly Good Club of Great Britain once took 34 years to finish a single crossword. That's some real commitment to mediocrity. Fake death, real escape. To escape her monastery life, a medieval nun faked her death and burial, then ran off to live her own adventure. Brave or scandalous? A giant ice ball once fell from the sky in Spain. A 400-pound chunk of ice fell from a clear sky in 2000. Scientists couldn't explain it. Welcome to the weird world of mega-cryometeors. Bees can solve math problems. Bees can understand the concept of zero and do basic arithmetic. Their tiny brains can solve problems scientists once thought only humans could. Some people remember everything. People with highly superior autobiographical memory, HSAM, can recall almost every day of their life in vivid detail. It's like living inside an endless memory lane, but there's a fish that looks like a blob of sadness. The blobfish, often voted the world's ugliest animal, looks like a melted cartoon when pulled from deep sea. In its natural habitat, it looks totally normal. A man was buried with his bike in a piano-shaped coffin. True story, a Ghanaian man was buried with his bicycle in a giant coffin shaped like a piano. The ultimate tribute to his two passions. A restaurant was fined for too much noise from its cheese. In Switzerland, a study found cheese exposed to hip-hop tasted different than cheese exposed to Mozart. A restaurant took this seriously. The cheese got too loud. They were fined. You can grow a tree from a 2,000-year-old seed. A 2,000-year-old Judean date palm seed was successfully grown into a tree. It's one of the oldest seeds ever brought back to life. A woman lived in an airport for nearly 20 years. Mehran Karimi Nasseri lived in a Paris airport from 1988 to 2006. His story partly inspired the Tom Hanks film, The Terminal. The club shut down because it became too popular. The Not Terribly Good Club of Great Britain folded after a book about its members became too successful. Their failure was so big, it turned into a win. Which of these weird facts floored you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And if you've got a real-life tale that sounds fake, drop it too. I might include it in the next list. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss another deep dive into the bizarre, brilliant, and unbelievable. Till next time, keep questioning everything.